Now, for the Metal Gear Solid movie, do you have a director that you would personally like to see attached to it?
Oh, I don't know, somebody good. Um, yeah, I mean, I'd just like to see it done well. If I'm not working on it, I don't care who tries. That's not true. I would like, let's see, I'd love to see Bryan Singer do it. I'd love to see, I don't know, all I can think of are the guys I love, like Jim Cameron, or I'd love to see Zach take a shot at it. I mean, I'd love to see, and that's an interesting idea, like a Zack Snyder Metal Gear Solid, something, that is real and shot in camera, but shot in a stylized fashion would be sort of interesting to me.
Right.
Because I think Snake needs to remain in a somewhat heightened world. I think the danger of a movie like that is that you put it in too real of a world, then you're sort of making another Rambo, or just a typical war movie, and we don't really need that.
Exactly. Now, I know the Metal Gear Solid storyline would need some reworking to successfully translate into a movie, but is there any scene or moment from the series that you could see staying as is and translating perfectly into live action?
Well, if I were going to do it, I would take the scenes and keep them, the scenes and the sequences, and keep them as close as possible. But I do think there's a lot. Especially the version I was pitching was really centered on Shadow Moses Island, really taken from the first Metal Gear Solid, and so I would want to keep that stuff. But the games are so much longer than a movie. In your average movie scene, you've only got 2.5 to 3 minutes.
Right.
And there don't seem to be a lot of scenes in Metal Gear that only take 2.5 minutes.
Oh, I know.
So I do think there would be a lot of translation to do. Not to mention the fact that I don't think with the exception of Watchmen, because Watchmen is so well written, I don't think you ever want to go too much into a direct translation of a Metal Gear, for example, because as fans, we've all seen those scenes. I think what you do is you try to give the same essence of the game, but take it to a new level, hit people with new surprises, and then that way even the fans have something to look forward to.
Right. So again, for my own perverse curiosity here, is there any weapon from the series you wish you could own?
Any weapon? Yeah, I wish I could own all of them. I'd like the stun knife for when I'm waiting in line for groceries. I would like, the sleep gas mines. Those are pretty cool. And the weapons are amazing, and his research into those weapons is amazing. So yeah, pretty much, I'd take any of them. So I have a 4-year-old daughter, so it's dangerous to keep like a bazooka around, but it sure is fun.
Well, as you know, I talked to Christopher Randolph earlier this year, and he easily admitted that you're probably the cast member with the most Metal Gear Solid related items.
Yeah, he said that. Not sure where that came from. Yeah, sorry, ask your question.
I know you have a lot, so I'm not going to ask you list everything, but do you have one in particular that you're especially fond of?
Well, the interview with Christopher sort of made it sound like I was out buying Metal Gear items. That's not what happens. What happens is people give me this stuff, and Mr. Kojima has given me many things over the years, and which I cherish immensely. I have a box of Calorie Mate sitting up on my shelf from Mr. Kojima. I have a model of the Shagohod that he gave me. He also sent me a metal, like a pewter statue of Solid Snake, pointing the SOCOM pistol with his bandana flying that I had on my desk at Universal for a long time until they kicked me out. And lot of stuff, but it all came through, either fans gave me these things or Mr. Kojima did. So, but they all mean something to me. The whole experience has just been so great. When I became a writer, I was kind of sad that I was giving up acting, because I love acting, but being a writer is just it's a marginally more satisfying career, and for a lot of reasons, and because of Metal Gear, I get to keep doing it in a very cool way, and so all that stuff means a lot to me. But I'm not, I don't go out and buy a lot of merchandise.
Now you've acted, directed, written, produced. Is there any other achievement you'd like to see added to your resume?
Well, I'm picking up the guitar. I keep threatening all my friends that when I turn 40, I'm going to start a rock band and add Rockstar to my list. But that's probably not likely to happen in reality. It's really not about adding titles to my career. It's just a matter of doing what I think is fun. And there are some movies where I get to come in. There are some projects where I get to come in as a producer, and that's really fun. And there's some where I get to write it from the ground up. That's great. And I'm really focused on directing right now, and I'd like to sort of make a name for myself in that arena. And then from then on, it's all gravy. I don't know what I'll do after that. Maybe I'll retire.
I love that you mentioned the guitar thing, because I heard Little Bird told me that you picked up one about 9 months ago.
Yeah, how'd you know that?
Little Birdie told me. No, actually, you said it in one of the last interviews you did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and I was kind of wondering, have you kind of ventured into songwriting yet, or are you still just trying to learn everything and
Well, it's funny, this short film that I directed, I'm waiting on my composer to start putting together the score, but he's very busy, and so it occurred to me the other day that I could essentially write out what I want on the guitar, and then take the basic chord progressions and take them to him, and he can develop them into a richer score. So I've thought about it a little bit, but as I said, it's only been about 9 months, so I play enthusiastically, if not terribly well.
Well, I'd still like to hear some one day, so
All right.
That'd be great.
Well, here, I'll pick up my guitar. I have a spectacular Gibson Les Paul.
Ah.
That's a little bit back and forth on the guitar. If I do too much, it'll get out on the internet and everyone will make fun of me.
Oh, I don't think so. I think people are somewhat afraid of you since you're, the voice of Solid Snake.
Yeah, and I'm mean too. The people don't understand because I'm really nice when you meet me, but
yeah.
Boy, they write something nasty about me, and you get a big face full of days.
I know. Such a jerk. They should have heard you before the interview started. Well, thank you again so much, David, for doing this.
It's my pleasure. Great questions and lots of fun.
Oh, thank you. I was hoping you'd enjoy doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Just if you ever have any other questions on anything else, just give me a call, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Maybe when Watchmen comes out.
Absolutely.